Welcome to Watch Mojo, and it's the battle of the console icons as today on Versus, we'll be pitting the God of War Kratos against the Master Chief John 117. For this list, we'll break down each character's origins, their foes, and the evolution of their character over their storied careers in their respective series. Beware of mild spoilers for both the God of War and Halo series. Which one of these genre-defining idols of the gaming world is your favorite? Let us know down in the comments. Round 1. Origins.
Ares! Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours!
Kratos' origins begin rather commonly for one born in ancient Greece, being the offspring of Zeus and a mortal woman. Kratos and his mother Callisto led a simple life, soon followed by his younger brother Deimos. The two would train rigorously to join the Spartan army. After learning of a prophecy that one of his children bearing a mark would kill him and all of Olympus, Zeus dispatched Athena and Ares to find and bring him this child.
She saw that it would be brought about not by the hands of the Titans, who thirsted for revenge, but by the hands of a mortal, a marked warrior.
Upon laying waste to Kratos' village, the two gods found Deimos, who bore a birthmark that covered much of his face and body. Kratos attempted to save Deimos and attacked Ares, becoming scarred by the god for his actions. So began Kratos' hatred of the gods, and he tattooed himself with Deimos' birthmark as he rose through the ranks of the Spartan army, eventually leading a battalion of thousands.
The youngest and boldest captain in the Spartan army, Kratos inspired fierce loyalty in his men. It had always been enough to carry them through any battle.
When Dr. Catherine Halsey set out to create the ultimate soldier, no one could have expected the lengths she would go to accomplish her goals. When John was only 6 years old, he caught the attention of Halsey, who would then recruit him into her Spartan program. John was abducted from his home along with 150 children and replaced with clones designed to die a short time later so the parents wouldn't come looking for them. John and the other candidates were subjected to horrific experiments that would biologically re-engineer their bodies to make them the ultimate soldiers. Out of the 150 children selected for the program, only a handful survived, John among them. John quickly rose to the rank of Master Chief and equipped with his iconic green Mjolnir armor, thus starting his legend.
Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope.
Despite the trials later in his life, Kratos' childhood and upbringing were rather mundane compared to the horrific experiments John and his fellow child Spartans were forced to endure. Master Chief's depressing origins easily take this round. Winner, Kratos 0, Master Chief 1.
It all means nothing until you step inside.
Round 2, Story.
After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end.
Kratos' story is the epitome of a Greek tragedy. Tricked and betrayed by the gods into murdering all of his family, including his mother, wife, and daughter, Kratos is driven by his quest for revenge against the gods and any who stand in his way.
10 years, Athena! I have faithfully served the gods for 10 years. When will you relieve me of these nightmares?
His vengeful quest is an understandable one, even if at times he has a tendency to take things too far. Kratos ended the reign of the Greek gods and sacrificed himself to give what remained of humanity a fighting chance in a world without the divine. But since Kratos is an immortal god himself, his journey did not end there. Years later, we find Kratos has tried to start anew and leave his lust for revenge behind him, and try to lead a simpler and better life for his new family, while keeping the demons of his past at bay, at least until the Norse gods came a-calling.
Leave my home.
You are going to have to kill me for that to happen.
When Master Chief and the UNSC stumble upon the Halo ring, they believe it to be a Covenant station of some kind, and only by descending deep into the structure do they discover the ring's true purpose.
When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
Blinded?
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
No.
Yet the humans were able to evade your ships, land on the sacred ring, and desecrate it with their filthy footsteps.
Developed by a race known as the Forerunners, the Halo installation is designed to wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy in an attempt to starve another species, the Flood, a parasitic infestation that continues to spread throughout the galaxy until nothing but the hive mind remains.
Those who built this place knew what they want. Do not mistake their intent, or all will perish as they did before.
As the threat of the Flood continues on for the next few entries, Master Chief eventually encounters the Didact, saves the galaxy from the new threat of the Prometheans, as well as loses Cortana to her rampancy. While the stakes are high, much of Halo's lore is explored outside of the games, robbing those who only focus on the games much of the Halo universe's rich backstory.
My name is Atriox, and I am the last face you will ever see.
Despite the obvious threat of the Covenant and the Flood, the story of Master Chief is but one part in the broader storyline in the world of Halo, whereas Kratos' personal tale of loss, revenge, and eventual redemption manages to invest the player in his struggles in a way Halo hasn't managed to achieve just yet. Point to Kratos. Winner, Kratos 1, Master Chief 1.
You're nothing to me!
Boy, look at me! Look at me, boy! Boy, look at me!
Round 3. Enemies. Kratos' rogue gallery is quite literally the entirety of Greek mythology. From slaying mythical creatures like the Minotaur, Medusa, and the catalog of Greek gods of Olympus, as well as the titans that birthed them, Kratos had no shortage of enemies standing in his way.
I was trying to make you a great warrior. You succeeded.
And even attempting to leave these foes behind, he only finds new ones in the realms of Midgard. The Aesir gods of the Nine Realms, the Valkyries, trolls, and the resurrected Draugr. No matter where Kratos goes, he's not exactly the best at making friends. While his list of enemies is quite extensive, many of his foes became obstacles by simply standing in his way, with most not lasting more than a few seconds.
The Cyclopeans here must be better than this.
In the Halo universe, there's always a bigger fish. What starts as a war with the Covenant and all the various species of aliens that fall under the religious moniker, from the grunts to the elites, the brutes, and the Covenant High Council, on High Charity, there's no shortage of enemies for the Master Chief to face down.
Worthy of neither pity nor mercy. Even now, they use our Lord's creations to broadcast their lies.
We shall grind them into dust.
And continue our march to glorious salvation.
Once the truth of the Halo installation is revealed, a new threat arises, quite literally that threatens the entire galaxy, and Master Chief must contend with the Covenant, believing the Halo rings will lead them to the next stage of enlightenment, and their true purpose, which wipes out all life in the galaxy. The stakes just keep climbing for John 117 as the series continues. His enemies are many and the threat looms large, but Master Chief is more than loaded up for the challenge.
Fate had us meet as foes, but this ring will make us brothers.
While Kratos' mythological enemies are certainly a force to be reckoned with, the legends are known far and wide, whereas Master Chief's list of foes only grow in severity as the series goes on. And it's hard to ignore the galaxy-wide threat the Covenant and Flood pose, as opposed to most of Kratos' enemies focusing solely on the Ghost of Sparta. Master Chief knocks down another one in this round. Winner, Kratos 1, Master Chief 2.
Boo.
Kill the demon.
Round 4. Powers. Kratos' arsenal of weapons and magical abilities were gifted to him by the various gods of Greek mythology, some willingly, some not. Throughout Kratos' many journeys, the gods attempted to assist Kratos by gifting him some of their powers which he could upgrade to their full strength, while those who didn't help were still ultimately persuaded to lend their talents to his cause. Kratos' powers as a god aren't simply relegated to his magical abilities either. He's basically immortal, and also has the ability to heal his wounds at will. Given the near-endless possibilities associated with Kratos' godhood, we may have only scratched the surface of what this God of War is capable of as he continues his journey to Ragnarok. The Master Chief is the ultimate warrior and has earned the moniker Demon amongst the Covenant ranks for good reason. With his augmented abilities and his Mark 6 Mjolnir armor, John 117 is a walking tank.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Master Chief has been known to do the impossible, facing down waves of Covenant and Promethean forces single-handedly, and his arrival on the battlefield has turned the tide for many encounters and led the UNSC to countless victories. As Cortana says, John is also incredibly lucky, and this innate ability is demonstrated innumerable times as he escapes various death-defying encounters, coming out the other side with barely a scratch. However, despite all his augmentations, John is still human underneath it all, and therefore vulnerable to his own mortality. With his ever-increasing rogues gallery, eventually John is bound to come up against an enemy even he won't be lucky enough to walk away from. Even with all of Master Chief's augmentations and incredible sets of armor, they're no match for Kratos' godly abilities. Kratos walks away from this round unscathed. Winner, Kratos 2, Master Chief 2.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Round 5, Evolution.
Only a mortal trained by a god has a chance at defeating Ares.
And if I am able to do this, to kill a god, then the visions, they will end?
Complete this final task, and the past that consumes you will be forgiven.
When gamers were first introduced to Kratos, he was fueled by his hatred against the gods of Olympus. As we watched his story continue, we began to sympathize with him, even despite the numerous horrendous acts he sometimes engaged in during his quest to kill the gods. Still, as his journey came to an end, we felt satisfied knowing Kratos had completed his quest, even if it brought about the end of the entirety of Greece. No one expected just how broken and full of regret he would be upon his grand return. Kratos went from one of the angriest video game protagonists to one of the most sympathetic father figures in gaming. Kratos ultimately learned to accept his past as a way to move forward and find true acceptance in his new life.
I carried him home on his shield and buried him with all the honors of Spartan custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story. Lumir missed it.
Throughout the entire Halo series, John 117 has been a soldier first and foremost, and always put the mission ahead of all else. Even despite the innumerable times Master Chief has saved humanity, the entire galaxy, and all its inhabitants, it was always in service of the mission.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up. We're taking this fight to the surface.
Even as a man of few words, John still manages to convey a range of emotions, particularly for his fellow Marines. However, there are only a handful of moments where John's personality has been given a chance to come to the surface. His longtime AI companion Cortana has been the only thing in the entire series to cause the Master Chief to stray off course and defy the orders given to him. But even then, it wasn't long before he returned to active duty.
You said she was gone.
I watched her die. We have a mission to focus on. We can talk about this later.
Master Chief may be the ultimate warrior, but throughout his career, he has always consistently remained the savior of humanity, and has not been given much room to grow beyond his relationship with Cortana. Kratos is a character we didn't imagine could have so much emotional depth. The addition of Atreus opened up his character in ways we didn't expect, and forced Kratos and the player to reevaluate their actions, all in the pursuit of revenge. Kratos easily takes the final round. Winner, Kratos 3, Master Chief 2. In the battle of the console icons, even despite both combatants performing admirably, Kratos comes out on top with a narrow victory of 3-2.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.